Have you ever wondered why, in the very same swimming pool, doing the very same breaststroke, some people can swim for a long time without getting tired, while others have to stop after just a few yards? Hello, my friend. If you are over 60 years old and have ever felt short of breath, tired very quickly, or a little anxious every time you step into a swimming pool, then this video is for you. Many people believe that the older we get, the weaker we become, and the harder swimming feels. But the truth is not exactly that. In most cases, the problem is not strength. It's breathing. Today, I'm not here to teach you how to swim faster. I'm not asking you to push yourself harder. I simply want to sit down with you and have a calm, gentle conversation about how to breathe while swimming breaststroke in a way that is safe, comfortable, and truly suitable for a body over 60. Before we begin, leave a comment with the number 1 if you've ever felt that swimming is exhausting. I'd love to know where you are on this journey. When it comes to swimming, especially breaststroke, many older adults carry a quiet, unspoken concern. They may not say it out loud, but it's there inside. The fear of getting tired, the fear of running out of breath, the fear of the heart beating too fast, and sometimes the fear that their body is no longer what it used to be. I've met many older adults at community swimming pools across the United States. Some were excellent swimmers when they were younger. Others only began swimming a few years after retirement. But they all shared one thing in common. At some point, they struggled with their breathing. So why do older adults often feel tired when swimming? As we move past the age of 60, our bodies change in very natural ways. The lungs are no longer as elastic as they once were. The tiny air sacs in the lungs become slightly stiffer, and the ability to exchange oxygen slowly decreases over time. The heart is still strong, but it no longer responds as quickly as it did in our 30s or 40s. Science calls this normal physiological aging. It's not a disease, it's not weakness. It simply means the body now needs a slower rhythm. The problem is that many people continue to swim the way they did when they were younger. They still try to hold their breath underwater for too long. They still lift their head high and quickly to take a deep breath. And after just a few strokes, the body reacts. The heart beats faster, the chest feels tight, and the head may feel slightly dizzy. That's when many people conclude, "I'm old now, I just can't swim anymore." But in reality, the body is not rejecting swimming. The body is simply saying, breathe differently. Breaststroke, the most suitable swimming style for people over 60. Among all common swimming styles, breaststroke is often recommended by experts for older adults. The reason is simple. Breaststroke allows the head to rise above the water regularly, making breathing easier to control. The movements are symmetrical and slow, placing less twisting stress on the spine and shoulder joints. But only when you breathe correctly does breaststroke truly become a friend to your health. The core breathing principles. Simple to hear, but often done wrong. I want you to remember this gently. Breaststroke is not a breath-holding competition. The first principle is this. Exhale underwater, inhale above the water. Almost everyone knows this in theory, but in practice, many people do the opposite. They hold their breath when their face is in the water, then try to inhale deeply when they lift their head. This prevents the lungs from releasing old air, limits fresh oxygen intake, and creates a feeling of tightness or suffocation. The second principle, do not hold your breath. Especially for people over 60, holding the breath increases pressure in the chest and affects heart rate and blood pressure. Medical research shows that repeated breath holding during physical activity can cause dizziness and may even increase the risk of heart rhythm disturbances in older adults. The third principle, short, deep, gentle breathing. There's no need to inhale a large volume of air, no need to force it. Just enough to feel comfortable. There's a sentence I often share when teaching older swimmers. Push the water, breathe out, lift your head, breathe in. If you remember that, you're already more than halfway there. Correct breathing, the small moments within each swimming cycle. Imagine yourself standing in a swimming pool, the water at chest level. You begin one breaststroke cycle. When you place your face into the water, this is not the moment to hold your breath. This is the moment to exhale slowly. Breathe out through your nose, or through both your nose and mouth. No force, just steady and gentle. It should feel like a quiet sigh after a long day. Your face should stay relaxed, your jaw unclenched, your shoulders soft. When you exhale gently underwater, your body naturally becomes more buoyant. Sports physiology has shown that when the lungs release old air efficiently, the diaphragm works better, making the next inhale easier. When you begin the arm pull and lift your head, that is the moment to inhale. But lift only as much as needed. No need to tilt your head back. No need to raise your chin high. The neck and cervical spine are sensitive areas in older adults. Lifting the head too high not only causes neck pain, but also throws off your balance in the water. Inhale through the mouth, quick but light. Just enough to make you think, that feels better. No need to take in a huge breath. Then, as your arms extend forward and your face returns to the water, you continue to exhale. The cycle repeats, slow and steady, like the rhythm of breathing during a peaceful walk in the park. What breathing rhythm is best for people over 60? Many people ask me, do I need 2 arm strokes before taking a breath? The answer is simple, no. For people over 60, the safest and most effective rhythm is 1 breath for every arm stroke. 1 complete, balanced cycle. This allows the heart and lungs to work together smoothly without stress. You don't need to swim fast. In fact, a slower pace is ideal. Research on physical activity in older adults shows that moderate intensity movement with steady breathing provides far greater cardiovascular benefits than pushing too hard for a short time. If you swim 5 yards and then rest, that's perfectly fine. If today you swim less than yesterday, that's okay too. Swimming at this stage of life is not about competing with others. It's about becoming friends with your own body. Common breathing mistakes, and why they should be avoided. I want to be honest with you, not to criticize, but to help you understand and care for your body better. Many older adults still have the habit of holding their breath underwater. It may come from fear of water entering the nose, or simply from long-standing habit. But this prevents oxygen from being refreshed in the lungs and leads to quick fatigue. Another common mistake is lifting the head too high to breathe. At first, it may feel easier to breathe, but the cost is a tense neck, an arched lower back, and a sinking body position. This actually requires much more effort. Some people also inhale too deeply and too forcefully, as if trying to get enough air. But at this age, the lungs don't need that much. Over-inhaling can cause chest tightness or light dizziness, especially in people with a history of high blood pressure. Breathing practice. The key lies outside the pool. One important thing often overlooked is this. Breathing is not trained only in the water. Before entering the pool, you can stand upright and spend a few minutes breathing in through your nose for 2 seconds, then breathing out through your mouth for 4 seconds. A longer exhale activates the parasympathetic nervous system, helping the body relax and slow the heart rate. Once in the water, you can stand near the pool wall, lightly holding on, place your face in the water, and practice breathing only. No swimming, no movement, just breathing. This helps your brain become comfortable with the water again and builds confidence before you start swimming. Physical therapists in the US often emphasize that for older adults, the quality of breathing matters more than the distance swum. When you breathe correctly, your body will naturally take you farther, without force. In the end, swimming after the age of 60 is not about how far you go. It's about whether you still feel light, calm, and peaceful with each breath. If there's one thing I hope you remember after this video, let it be this. Your body is not working against you. It's gently whispering for you to slow down, breathe steadily, and listen more closely. When you breathe correctly, the water will support you. When you stop forcing yourself, swimming becomes a joy, not a worry. If this video gave you a new perspective or simply helped you feel more at ease about getting into the pool, please subscribe to Vital Health Hub. Here, we share small but meaningful things that help us live healthier, slower, and deeper lives every day. Thank you for being here.